Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we have a new pick a card reading all about a message that is meant to find you. So if you clicked on this video, this message that you're about to hear today has been meant to find you. We're going to be connecting with Spirit today to get information for your highest good at this time. And if you are new here, we read the tarot cards, the oracle cards. We talk about all things spirituality, manifestation on this channel. So hello and welcome. And if you want a quick little explanation about how this video works, I have 4 different groups in front of me, and your intuition is going to know exactly which group holds the relevant information for you. Your intuition is powerful. You are a powerful being. So as you look at these cards, if you find that you are drawn to one of the groups, that your eyes are just called towards it, or you feel a connection towards it, that's your intuition speaking to you, and that's going to be the pile that reveals the information that you need to hear today. So basically, we have group number 1 over here. This one has the Malachite crystal on top of it. If you're drawn to that one, that's going to be your group. Group number 2, we have some rose quartz. Group number 3, we have some super 7, which is basically a type of amethyst with some other minerals. And then over here, we have group number 4, which is some aqua aura quartz. So depending on which group you're drawn to, that is going to reveal exactly what you need to hear today. There's going to be timestamps linked down below so that you can easily navigate this video and skip ahead to your prediction and to your reading. And I also want to mention, if you're struggling with tapping into your intuition, another thing that you can do is to close your eyes and wait for a number between 1 and 4 to pop into your mind. And the first number that pops into your mind without you even thinking about it, that is your intuition speaking to you, and that's going to be your group. If you're drawn to multiple groups, that's totally fine. That just means there's multiple messages for you in today's video. And again, timestamps are down below so that you can easily skip ahead to your reading. And again, thank you so much for joining me here today. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. All right, so my group number 1s, if you were drawn to this pile, this is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, my group 1s, the first 2 cards that we have Priestess and Artist. Spirit has a message for you right now to start that project. Start it. Stop contemplating about it. Stop thinking about it. Stop daydreaming about it. Stop trying to overplan it, because overplanning is just another form of procrastination. Spirit is saying begin. You have everything you need right now to get started on this project and to just start diving into it. Begin. And if you're fearing making mistakes, if you're fearing that you're not good enough yet, if you're fearing whatever it is that's holding you back, don't fear that, because the only way to overcome that is to at least begin. And that's the only way you're going to learn how to navigate those issues, to fix those issues, to get better, and to rise higher. You're not going to make any progress or go anywhere the longer that you contemplate about it. Spirit also wants you to know that you have so much power within you. You are like a powerhouse. The color red symbolizes your inner strength. It symbolizes your power that you have. This is your time of awakening. And the Artist card that we have, you are such a dreamer. You are so creative, and there is like ideas blossoming from you. You're always having ideas, and I feel like you have so many seeds that you want to plant, or so many ideas that you would love to grow and develop. And even if you're confused about which direction to go in, the more that you begin to pursue and the more that you begin to allow your mind to expand and to explore those creative ideas that you do get, the more that you allow yourself to explore those, the more that they're going to grow and develop into something more. And your potential is so big here with whatever it is that you've been holding back from, whatever it is that you've been second guessing or doubting yourself on. There is so much potential in this. And there is such positivity. This rainbow indicates a lot of positivity, and it also indicates luck and good fortune, because if you think about it, the rainbow is like kind of like it leads to the lucky pot of gold. If you're wanting to get to your pot of gold, to more prosperity, let your creativity shine. Begin that creative project. Allow yourself to get creative with it. And if you have tried to move forward on it, let's say you get stuck sometimes because then maybe you start to get critical of it or whatever. Allow yourself to let go of that inner critic and that inner judgment and just let things flow. And even if you're just like, oh, is that good enough? Or, if you start overthinking it, just quiet your mind, take some breaths and just continue moving forward. That is what Spirit wants you to know, okay? And we're gonna dive into some more cards here to get some more information on this reading for you. But wow, I can just see your inner fire really wants to get ignited, and you have so much energy within you. You have so much energy that wants to be utilized, so much creativity that wants to be utilized, and it wants to be rooted somewhere. It wants to grow. But the only way for you to grow is to root down somewhere, to commit to something so that it can grow. Fully commit to it. Create a schedule. Put time blocks on your calendar to like make room for it, because that's how you can root it down to actually start happening. And that's how you can commit to it. But Spirit is really saying that commitment is key in this process. We also have the Chariot card coming out, which also indicates take action. Your biggest message today, take action. And the Chariot also indicates that we have two different ways that we can go, and sometimes our Chariot's being pulled in two different directions. So there could also be a choice that you're faced with. Maybe you're like, wait, do I do this thing first, or do I do that thing, or do I go in this direction, or do I go that way? You might even be faced with some of that as well. And if so, ask yourself, what's going to bring you the most fulfillment? How do you keep balance here? Because you can also work on multiple things. You can pursue multiple directions. That's okay. But make sure that both of them are in balance so that you're actually moving forward and they're not competing with each other, basically. So sometimes when we deal with those choices or those opposing forces, sometimes we can do both, and they can help us, balance our direction. But another thing that I'm just hearing is take action. The Chariot is such an action card, and it indicates that you have the strength to break through the obstacles that you may face, but you have to continue moving forward even in the face of those obstacles. We have 9 of Pentacles being reversed. So part of you also might be looking at the lack of growth that you have. Ooh, and I'm getting a message. Okay, hear me out here. I am getting a message that you tend to quit way too soon. If you don't see progress right away, or if something gets kind of difficult for you, it's almost like you're taking it as a sign like, oh, that didn't work out, time to try something new. Or maybe you give up on it too fast because you get another new creative idea that pulls you in another new direction and nothing ever ends up getting finished. Perfectionism is going to hold you back. But if you can continue pushing forward, and you can also commit to something, okay? Maybe 2 things max, but don't overload yourself. If you commit to way too many things, none of them are gonna get done. We know that. So pick one. I would suggest 1 thing, maybe 2 things max, okay? But if you can commit to 1 thing, truly commit to it, that's the only time it's gonna grow, because then you're allowing it to fully take root, and then you can nurture it, water it until it finally blooms and grows. But don't give up on it. I feel like there's times that you've worked for things, but you've given up on it way too fast. It takes time for stuff to grow. It takes time for stuff to develop. It takes time for you to become a master at something. It takes time for you to fully develop. And perhaps you've been stuck in comparison. The Chariot can also talk about comparison, right? Maybe you're looking at other people who have already made it. Maybe you're looking at other people who have already gotten to the success that you're dreaming about. And perhaps you're looking at that, and it maybe from the outside, it looks super easy for them. And you're comparing yourself and you're thinking, oh my gosh, well, it's just so easy for them. They just do it. They think about it, they step into it, and everything they do just turns to gold. It's so easy. But that's what it looks like from the outside, because nobody's showing their day-to-day life and the struggle it takes, the amount of work it takes, the amount of revisions and revising and replanning and redoing and all that kind of stuff. It looks easy from the outside. And oh my goodness, could I ever speak to that? Because I'm sure on my channel it looks like, oh my gosh, just putting out videos. It looks so easy. Oh my God. Do you know how many times I've accidentally forgot to turn a microphone on, and then at the end of the video, I'm like, oh my God, I need to refilm that. Or the amount of times that, I run into whatever issues, or I have to learn and grow in new ways. It's endless, okay? So if you're wanting to do anything, stop comparing yourself to other people who, from the outside, it looks easy. From the outside, it looks perfect, because it's not. It's hard for everybody. Everyone has to go through these difficulties, mistakes, struggles, challenges, all of that. And, Spirit is saying, commit. You have to commit to what it is that you desire. You have to commit to the work. You have to root yourself in and stop comparing yourself. You can take inspiration from other people. It's great to look at somebody else and be like, oh my gosh, that's amazing that they're doing that. That inspires me. I want to do something similar. You know, that's 10 out of 10. Amazing. But don't compare yourself by thinking that everyone else has it easier than you and that it should be easy and that, you know, anytime it gets hard, you give up or think that it means that you're not moving in the right direction. That doesn't mean that. You get to decide what your purpose is. You get to decide what your destiny is. You are the creator of it. You are the builder of it. There's going to be struggle in any direction that you go in, no matter what you choose. So pick one, stick to it. Let's go. Okay. So let's see what else we have for you. What other messages does Spirit want to bring to you today, my group ones? Malachite deals with femininity and prosperity. And it's interesting that that is the crystal on today's group. So I feel like the crystals they always have a message too, and they always are bringing something else to the puzzle that we are picking apart here. So Malachite, it's prosperity. It connects to the heart chakra. You need to be easy on yourself. And also heart chakra comparison, like, yeah. Malachite, heal the heart. Have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for your mistakes. Have compassion for your path. And if you ever fear the unknown, for example, if you're scared to step outside of your comfort zone because you're like, oh, I've never been there, or I've never done that before. The moon can talk about our different fears that have been holding us back. So what are those fears? The only way to overcome a fear is to face it until you learn that it's okay and it's not something to fear. A lot of the times we make up scenarios in our head to be way worse than they actually will be in reality. So the moon, continue to move forward, even into the unknown, especially if that's the direction that you want to go in. And then we also have the hangman. And this one indicates where we're at a stalemate. We feel stuck. If you feel stuck because of your fears, it is time to move forward and face them. Shift your perspective. The hangman, if we're at that stalemate, if we're at that still, sometimes we just need to shift our perspective of the situation to help us move forward. So if we get criticism from somebody, how can we shift that? How can we shift our perspective? So instead of saying, oh, I just got this criticism, that means I need to, you know, I suck or this or that. No. How about let's get criticism and it's like, oh, okay, how can I improve? Or are they even correct about that criticism in the first place? Do I even resonate with what they're saying anyway? If I do resonate with it, oh, okay, cool, I can put that under my belt and I can learn from it. Cool. But shift your perspective on whatever it is that you're fearing. If you're even fearing success, you might even be holding yourself back because maybe you actually fear becoming successful in whatever it is that you are thinking about. Maybe that's scary for you because you don't know what that looks like. And that's like a totally normal thing. But again, we have to shift our perspective. We have to realize, like, do we want this more than we want our current life? If so, we need to move forward. We also have Six of Cups being reversed, and this would indicate thinking about our past or even being stuck in the past for whatever reason. Are we stuck on something? Are we scared of losing what we currently have? Are we attached? Do we have certain attachments to things that are holding us back? The Six of Cups indicates we have to let go of old attachments. Attachments to, you know, what other people might think of us, disappointing other people, attachments to our past and maybe our future. Maybe in our future we know that we have to let go in order to move forward. And that would indicate all of that. So let's dive into some more cards here for you, my group ones, all about the message that is meant to find you right meow. Let's see, my group ones, what other messages do we have? Radical acceptance. Accepting yourself for who you are is a big message coming through here. Adaptability, being able to change yourself and adapt to the new situations coming up in your life. So if we do have certain fears moving forward because we're scared of stepping outside of our comfort zone, how can we accept and be like, okay, you know what, I have these fears, but let me adapt as I move forward? That's one of your biggest keys to overcoming this block. And you might even have fears wondering like, oh, I don't want to move forward because I need to know for sure that I'm going to be successful before I invest all my time and energy. But guess what? Then you're never going to move forward. You're never going to find that success, because there is no way in knowing whether or not you're going to be successful at something until you do it. And also, you are the creator of that success. It's actually in your hands. You are the decider of whether or not you're going to be successful at something. And let me tell you why, because a lot of people think that if I pursue something, like, it's up to the universe or whatever to decide if I'm successful at it. Some people think that it's outside of their control. It's actually in your control. If you want to become successful at something, let me give you the keys. You need to first dedicate to the thing, because if you're not dedicated, then something happens and then you just give up on it. You give up on it easy because you're not dedicated. You're not committed. Commitment, biggest key. Second key, you have to be also dedicated to improving and overcoming mistakes, challenges, and obstacles. And if you are dedicated to that, then no matter what comes your way, no matter what failure, mistake, challenge, obstacle comes your way, you are dedicated to overcoming it and growing and improving. And if you're dedicated to that, now you're going to grow and improve to the point where you become so good at the thing that nobody can ignore you. Once you become so good at something, success is your birthright. Success is your birthright from the beginning, but once you become so good at something, nobody can ignore you. People want you to do your passion. Let's say that you want to be an actor, right? If you become so good at acting, people will want to have you in their shows, in their films, in their movies. Because you're so good at it, how could they say no, right? There's going to be a role because you're so good at it. If you want to become a good cook, become so freaking good at cooking that, oh my goodness, your food is so good that it's just automatically successful. So that is the formula. Overcome those failures, mistakes, challenges, and obstacles, but the only way to do it is to move forward. If you want to guarantee your own success, it's in your hands. You get to be the decider of that. And you're also the decider of your failure. You get to decide when a challenge or when an obstacle becomes too much to the point where you're just down to give up. You're the decider of that, right? So adaptability, adapting to whatever circumstances come your way, that's going to guarantee your success. So instead of waiting for someone to tell you, oh yeah, you're going to be successful at that. No one's going to tell you that. That's never going to happen. And if that does happen, like, okay, cool. But also, is that actually going to give you the reassurance? No, because the reassurance that you need actually comes from yourself, because again, you are the decider whether you continue something or stop something. Okay, hopefully that message is clicking. I know I'm kind of going off on that topic right now, but maybe that's something that needed to come through today. So yes, that is all about the radical acceptance and the adaptability of the situation for you to continue moving forward and, living your dream, making your dreams happen. Oh, okay. And these two fall, or three cards. Okay. Wholeness. Angel number 33 at the top. This is all about networking, finding like-minded people that are on a similar path as you, even learning from other people. So for example, going online, searching up other people who are in similar niches as you and learning from them. Even if this is talking about your success in your love life, like same thing. It's like we can learn how to show up better as a partner. We can learn how to adapt and grow and get to our particular goals. We can learn how to commit, how to allow our creativity to flourish, and possibly looking at other people's stories who have done similar things, who are on similar paths, and figuring out how they did it. That can offer inspiration for you. That can offer motivation and can open up your mind to more possibilities. And networking as well can also help when you find like-minded people who are on the same path as you. It's so beautiful to do that. And wholeness, this is going to help you feel connected. This is going to help you feel more of that like belonging type of energy in your particular niche. And then we also have tranquility. I feel like you can feel so much better about everything as you accept and become at peace with who you are and where you're at. If you can become at peace with yourself and where you're at, it's going to be so much easier for you to move forward. Because when we have so much like self-criticism and we don't feel confident about where we are, we're stuck in comparison mode, we're not feeling good about things, it's so hard to make change. It is so hard to move forward. It is so hard to find motivation to chase after our goals because we're stuck getting down on ourselves. And that's a downwards energy. It lowers your energy, it lowers your vibration, and it makes you feel more drained, more stuck. But when you can uplift yourself by finding inspiration, finding beautiful things, coming at peace with yourself, finding your inner tranquility, that's where creativity blossoms. That's where creativity is birthed. And as we had in our first cards, you are literally so creative. You are literally so powerful. You are whole just as you are. You are complete just as you are. You are amazing just as you are. And as you begin to uplift yourself in those ways, now you feel energized, you feel motivated, you feel inspired to move forward. And then we also have hope. That's such a big thing because when we don't believe in ourselves, again, we're not going to move forward. We're going to give up really easily because we don't believe in ourselves from the get-go. And maybe that's why there's been this pattern of kind of giving up and not fully completing these projects or tasks or ideas that you've had. That's why we've been stuck in perfectionism, because you don't fully believe in yourself. You don't believe in your work yet. You don't believe in your capabilities. Therefore, giving up always is the correct option. But don't let it be the correct option anymore. Call your power back. The red color here, the priestess energy, this is calling your power back, being like, no, I'm unstoppable. I fully believe in myself. I know I'm capable. I know I'm worthy. I'm going after it. I'm committing to it. And that's where you get this full belief. You get fully rooted in. That's where you grow the most. That's where your creativity blossoms. And that's when you reach any challenge, mistake, obstacle, or whatever, and it no longer holds you back. It no longer feels like it has reins over you, and you feel like you can overcome it. So let's dive into the next few cards here and see what other messages Spirit has for you today. Let's see my group ones. Versatility, adapting to situations. And even if you fail in a particular direction, become versatile and adaptable enough to adapt to another path and find your way around whatever failure you reached, right? That's how you get to any success, any goal that you're wanting to reach. That's how you attain it. Then we also have the seeker. What is it that you desire the most? It can be yours. And start seeking out ways, start seeking out paths in order to make it happen. Get creative. You are such a creative mind that I have no doubt in your ability to find a creative way to make this happen. All right, let's see. What else do we have for you? Ooh, that card really wanted to fly out. This says lightning glass. In a single moment, everything can change. Wow. The power is literally in your hands, and that is so true. In a single moment, everything can change. If you decide right now to make a big change, like lightning, you can make quantum leaps. Then we also have holy water. A veil of protection is covering you and your life. If you feel like fear or anything like that has been holding you back, and you've been in protection mode, protecting yourself, protecting your feelings, protecting your heart, protecting yourself because maybe, again, we've been living in fear mode, you are being divinely protected already. You are being protected. Have enough kind of balance and courage to move forward and know that you are strong enough to make it. You are strong enough to pull through. You are being protected. Let's see what else we get for you. We also have the coral reef. You are the roots which provide nourishment for others to grow. If you become the roots of your desires and you provide nourishment, such as, working towards putting effort into your desires, they will ultimately grow. So that is what we have here. I feel like pulling out one more card for you before we close out this reading. I feel like pulling another one of these goddess cards. So let's see. Your last message of the day of what you needed to hear right now. My group ones. What is the last message? Ooh, I'm really feeling like that card one. Ooh. Okay, we have multiple. We have 4 more cards. Let's do it. So we have potential. if you do not take action, that potential will never be realized. But you have so much potential. Please don't waste it. That is a huge message coming up for you. You have what it takes. We also have the Secrets card, Mastery, and Independence. So, Secrets, Mastery, and Independence. If you ever want to master something, we need to start doing it. And then Independence. Ooh, I am getting a message that it's time for you, because I feel like you're craving more independence for one, but this is your time to claim it. Stop seeking external validation because that takes away from your independence. If you want to be independent, claim that independence. Be independent. Start making your own decisions. Start giving yourself your own validation instead of seeking it from other people. Talk less, do more. Okay, so we don't have to go tell everyone about all of our plans. Talk less, do more. Mastery, do more, and you're going to start laying down a foundation of which you can build and become a master at whatever thing that you choose to focus on and to bring your attention towards and to put your time towards. Independence is huge. Be independent. Don't seek other people to help you. Do it. You got this. You can do it on your own. I'm feeling it. You got this. Of course, that doesn't mean like, oh, don't ever take a course or a class. And it doesn't mean like, don't ever ask for people's advice or anything like that, because that can be helpful in itself. But at the same time, you have what it takes to do it on your own. Even if it seems hard, you have the tools. You have what you need to make it. You have what you need. Okay? So claim that independence. All of that jazz. That is what we have for you. My group number 1's all about the message that is meant for you right now. You have so much power, so much creativity. So use it, commit to something in order for it to actually grow, and allow your heart to have compassion for yourself and allow that compassion to grow and flourish. So that is your message today. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for joining me here, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 2's, if you chose this pile, this is gonna be the message that was meant to find you right now. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, my group 2's, what is coming up right now is a message that came up a little bit within group number 1, but this is your focus message. So it looks like your message is to have faith. And I feel like you've been in this cycle of seeking like validation or seeking reassurance or asking for a sign, like this energy of tell me that it's gonna happen. Give me a sign that I'm on the right path. Give me a sign that I'm doing this correctly, and all of these different things. And perhaps even, again, seeking more external validation from other people in order to boost our faith and our hope and our belief, right? So a message that I'm getting for you today is that no matter how much external validation that you seek, no matter how many signs you seek, a million of them could come your way, but it's never going to shift the way that you feel until you shift how you feel internally. Because when you have self-doubt and it stems from the inside, nothing external is ever going to fix that feeling. Right? It might put a Band-Aid on it temporarily if somebody's like, no, I totally believe in you. And you're like, yeah, that feels really good for a second. But then we notice like a few hours later, we're just like feeling the doubt again. But it's because it's stemming internally. So you have to fix it internally, which only comes from you being able to validate yourself. It has nothing to do with how many signs you get from the universe, how many people encourage you and support you. Yes, it feels good to have those things. And yes, those things have their purpose, which is amazing. But your message today is to find your worthiness, to find your validation from yourself, which is so powerful. It is so important. Have belief in you. Have belief in your dreams. Have faith. Faith is such a powerful, strong practice. So many people talk about faith and hope and all of these different things. Even this card, it says anticipate, aspire, and foresee. You're wanting to foresee proof of your future, but you are the deciding factor of whether or not that proof or that future is going to happen. It's all up to your actions, your commitment, your dedication, and your belief in yourself. So you're never going to be able to foresee the success in your future unless you are the person who fully believes in yourself, who's fully dedicated, fully committed. It is there and you're like, I know I'm going to make this happen because I'm going to make this happen and nothing is going to stop me. Once you enter that energy inside of you, once you have that going on, now you'll foresee your future. Now it's going to be clear. Now all of those signs are going to resonate with you and you're going to believe them because the belief is already there within yourself. Therefore, it's just validating something that you already know within. But if you doubt yourself from within, you can't foresee that future because that future is still clouded. It's like maybe I'm going to happen, maybe I'm not. So if you still feel that maybe energy with your manifestations and with your future, it is because you're not fully in faith in yourself and in that manifestation yet. So the way to do that, fully commit, have that full inner trust and inner knowingness, like I got this, I am unstoppable, I am going to make this happen because I am not going to give up and I'm fully freaking dedicated and I know I can do it. I believe in it. I know my success is out there and I'm on it, you know? And once you enter that, that's where these flames come from. That's where the spark comes from. That's where all of that energy comes from. That's where we can now see it and it's there. And the thing that we're seeking so bad is actually going to come. That's the only way it's going to come. It's not going to come from us being like, universe, please tell me it's coming. Please tell me one day it's coming. It's not going to come from that, okay? It's going to come from your dedication, your full commitment, okay? And then, anyway, that's going to be what solidifies it in your future. And then those signs are going to appear because you've solidified it. It's up to you to solidify it though, okay? So anyway, King of Swords. Next, we have King of Swords. This is getting mental clarity. So if you're unclear about your future right now, this card is symbolizing let's get clarity. Oh, and even that's literally even the first word that it says on there is mental clarity. Gaining the mental clarity. This is also gaining the wisdom, the knowledge that you need. It's also getting very dedicated and serious mentally. It's mental commitment of like, I got this and I will cut through any obstacle. I will cut through any challenge. I'm going to get there. And it's a clear focus. Because if you think about the sword, it has a very sharp tip. It's a very clear point of focus. We need to have that clear point of focus of exactly what it is that we want, keep our eyes set on the target, and also create those clear boundaries of, you know, I'm not going to settle for this, I'm not going to settle for that, I'm going for what I want. And don't make decisions out of fear. King of Swords, he doesn't make decisions out of fear. He makes decisions based on what he wants and the clarity of his vision. Does it align with the vision? If not, nope. Don't make a decision out of fear, because any decision made from a place of fear, like for example, if you're going for 2 different jobs and let's say there's a job that you really, really want and there's one that you're kind of like, it's the backup. And let's say the backup accepts you, but you haven't heard back from the one that you actually want yet. And then you're like, oh, do I just like go with the safe option? That's a decision made out of fear. And any decision made out of fear will end up biting you in the butt later, because then you're going to choose that option and later down the line you're like, oh, what if I actually went for what I really want? What if I kept pursuing that? Because you're still going to have that on your mind. You're still going to be thinking about the thing that you actually want. So it's better to be clear, keep those boundaries, pursue what it is that you desire. And even if you get rejected the first time, guess what? You still have the ability to get better, gain more skill, gain more knowledge, go again, try again. Nothing's stopping you from trying again and going again, right? Queen of Pentacles as well. She knows her worth. This is time for you to know your worth. And Queen of Pentacles is also very committed, dedicated. She puts in the work, but she also has work-life balance. She keeps herself balanced. She knows how to care for herself, put in that self-care. And she also is someone who puts a lot of effort into herself, into her growth. And I feel like that's a message for you right now, to put effort into yourself, into your growth. I don't doubt that you already do that. I fully feel you and your energy, but this is like really believe in yourself. When I'm talking about giving yourself that self-care, that self-love, the nourishment, do it on the level that makes you more faithful in yourself, so that you can see your power, your worth, your ability, your whole potential. because the potential exists, but it's up to you, and it's your mental mind that will either flip the switch of turning on that potential and making all of those dreams possible, or we can flip the switch down and start doubting ourselves, start questioning things, start seeking external validation, and that's sort of flipping the switch off there a little bit. So it's up to you to flip that on. And then we also have Queen of Cups, which is all about our emotions. We have so many court cards coming up for you. I would not be surprised if you surround yourself by a lot of people, and if you do, like, it seems like you have a great support system around you, an amazing support system. I feel like you have amazing people in your life that do support you. But your belief has to come from within. Otherwise, it's never going to mean anything. So Queen of Cups as well. I feel like all these people are people that surround you right now. And I feel like this is also aspects of yourself. And this is having that warmth, that ease, allowing yourself to flow, and allowing your emotions, like, don't repress your emotions. This is a time to allow stuff to flow. If you are feeling something that you want to express it. If you feel sad about something, express it. If you feel like, whatever it is that you're feeling, you can express that. That's another message coming through. You are allowed to express yourself. So we also have the Tower card here. And this one is in the reverse position, I guess. It was kind of sideways on the table. I don't know what position it was in, but I'm feeling reverse position for you. So anyway, this is when other things that have failed in the past, maybe you're thinking about your past, the things that have failed before. If you build your dreams on a sturdy foundation, they will build to the point where they won't ever fail. But things that have broken down before, they weren't meant to last anyway. They were not meant to last, but you get to pursue your dreams, and if you build them correctly, they will last. And what I mean by correctly is not rushing the process, not trying to cut corners, skip things, not trying to rush into stuff. Whatever it is that you want to manifest and create in your life, you have the ability to do that. But doing it the right way is taking your time with it, looking at the details of it, keeping a sharp focus on exactly the vision that you have for yourself, allowing your emotions to be expressed, keeping yourself in that balance, that confidence, that faith, that belief, that inner self-care, the nourishment, that inner worth, stepping up all into all of those things is that all-encompassing energy that's going to help you build the future of your dreams, that helps build the future that you love. If you're currently going through something where something recently broke apart for you and didn't work out, and maybe you had a lot of high hopes in it, maybe you were putting a lot of good faith into it, and it didn't work out, don't let that experience cloud your ability to continue moving forward and to manifest what it is that you desire. Just because there has been a hiccup in the road or something that didn't work out before, it doesn't mean that your ultimate dream cannot happen. It doesn't mean that. And it doesn't mean that, you're on the wrong path or anything like that. You are on the right path. Continue to have that faith in yourself, but it has to come from this place of wholeness. It has to come from a place of wholeness, because that's where we're building something correctly. That's where we have faith in ourselves. That's where we're able to take things slow, focus on the details, and build it properly. If we build something too fast, it's going to crumble. Okay, so anyway, I'm sure you get the message. Let's dive into some more cards here. Let's see. My group twos, what other card did we just have here? We have the Two of Cups. Some of you are trying to manifest a relationship, and perhaps certain things have not been working out for you. And if so, don't rush it. Rushing anything, no bueno. Things are going to happen naturally. Your person exists out there for you. And if this is not talking about a relationship, if this is more talking about career or other life goals, anything else that you have, this is talking about you have the ability, and the exact match for you exists, okay? Whatever it is that you're manifesting, this is a card indicating the exact match for you exists. The thing that you are wanting to attract your way 100% exists. It is about magnetizing it to you by getting on the right frequency. If you know anything about manifestation, this is going to get really woo if this is like totally new for you. But there's something called manifestation, the law of attraction. We attract back to us the same energy of that of which we are. So if your energy is full of a lot of self-doubt and all of that, that is the energy that's also going to get reflected back to you. It's going to reinforce, all of your experiences will reinforce that inner self-doubt. You have to overcome that self-doubt. That is the biggest thing here for you right now. You have to overcome that self-doubt. You have to have faith in yourself, because that will put you on the frequency of your desire. So for example, let's use the example of relationships. No matter what it is you're manifesting, it's still relevant, but let's use the example of attracting a relationship. If you're full of a bunch of self-doubt when it comes to your relationships, every relationship is going to revalidate and reinforce that energy, because that's the energy you're giving out to the universe. But if you can have so much faith in yourself, you feel so whole and complete on your own, and you know, and you're like, I know my perfect partner exists, and I will 100% find him. I know my value, I know my worth. He is out there, and I'm on that frequency, I'm on that vibe. I know I'm also someone else's soulmate, and they are being called to me right now, and I know that they're going to be exactly what I want. Otherwise, they wouldn't be my soulmate, right? So they're going to be exactly what I want. They're going to love me the exact same that I love them, because again, they're my soulmate. I know that it exists. Once you get on that frequency, you get on that vibe, that's going to be where it comes to you. That's when it's drawn to you, because you're on, look at this energy between them. They're on the same frequency. They're on the same energy. In order for you to attract your soulmate, you need to get on the frequency of that energy, which is feeling that, having faith in that, belief in that, knowing that that's out there, knowing that that is being magnetized to you, having that full faith and trust in that, that's when it's going to come. Same thing goes for your career, money, anything else that you're trying to manifest in your life. You need to get on the frequency of it and stop doubting it, stop seeking external validation, because that shows that you don't believe in it, right? So we need to get on that vibe. There's a whole manifestation lesson right there. Anyway, moving on to some more cards here for you. Let's see what else we get. My group twos. Oh, you know what's interesting too? You have the rose quartz. This is all about self-love, self-compassion, belief in yourself. It's also about attracting romance and things like that. So if that is relevant for you, there you go. Here's confirmation. That is your frequency. Attracting the romance, attracting the things that you love. So let's see what else we get here. We also have alliance. Creating connections and finding, I feel like you need to have an alliance with yourself, to believe in yourself, to have that faith, that inner love, to get on that same energy, having an alliance with yourself. Also, I'm hearing a message that if you're trying to attract the love of your life, we need to get rid of the deep connections that we might have with other people that are our exes or whatever. We need to forgive that for one, but we also need to let it go and not hang on to that, okay? Let's see, what else do we get here? My group twos, let's see the message that is meant to find you right now. So we also have the in-between. Sometimes when we're in between, when we ask for a desire and we're waiting for it to actually happen, we're stuck in that phase where we're it's just so uncertain. But again, you get to create that certainty. Also, if something's half of what you want, but it's not fully what you want, you need to let it go. You need to let it go. There's no settling for the in-between. If you are trying to manifest the love of your life and somebody comes along, but they have commitment issues, but they're perfect otherwise, that's obviously not what we want. We don't want the in-between. We don't want, it's halfway there. No. If it's halfway there, it's not the thing that you're asking for. Let it go. Have the boundaries. Keep your clear vision. Have the courage to cut away anything that's not in full alignment. Okay? We also have communion, so connection, finding where you belong. Having the self-worth to realize that you belong in the place that you desire, you belong there. We also have nurturer, being able to nurture yourself. And we also have romantic love coming up. Wow. So a lot of you that chose this pile, I do feel like you are trying to attract love, and this is like a love message for you. Some of you, if you are trying to more attract career, if love is like out of the question, romantic love can also talk about the passion that you have in life, the passionate direction that you're wanting to move towards. So I just want to point that out. But nurturer, this is time to nurture yourself and realize that there's an abundance of opportunity. There is an abundance. Even if you feel like, oh, I've already failed so many times, so it's proof I'm going to fail again. No. Stop that, because you've barely even scratched the surface of what's out there. There is an abundance of people, and I mean an abundance. Keep your eyes open, nurture the possibilities, nurture the more positive aspect of your thoughts and your mind, because that's going to help you get into alignment with actually attracting and manifesting the thing. Get your thoughts into alignment, nurture the positivity, nurture the possibilities, because they're all out there. And we have master number 11 here, which is all about walking through the doorway, letting go of anything that no longer serves you, letting go of the things that are holding you back, and being able to nurture exactly what it is that you desire, and being able to nurture that idea until you have faith in it and faith in yourself. And then look at that, we have romantic love. So let's dive into some more cards here for you. Let's see, we also have the Sovereign, creating freedom. Cut off and cut loose anything that's holding you back. That is a huge message coming up for you. It is time to cut loose anything that has been holding you back. We also have Underworld. If you felt stuck right now under a lot of pressure, feeling like you're not getting your way, all of these lessons, these are actually lessons that are helping you grow. And I know how that sounds to some people. They're like, I'm done learning lessons. I don't want to learn them anymore. Lessons are the reason why we're here, right? And lessons are not a bad thing, but I know it can sound like a bad thing when we're stuck here, because when we're stuck here, it feels not good. I've been there, I get it. And sometimes hearing people talk about the lessons, we're just like, oh my God, no, I just want out. But trust me, this is actually serving you in some way. And I promise you that once you're out of this, you're going to be looking back on this and you're going to be so thankful that it happened. And I'm actually seeing you right now. I'm not even joking. I'm seeing you. Spirit is saying this is about 3 to 4 years from now. You're going to be looking back on this time. And you're going to be like, I am so thankful for each of those happenings in my life back then, because you're going to see on the outside what all of those, the purpose that they served. It's impossible to see the purpose of something while you're still in it. Once you start seeing the purpose, that means you're already coming out of the thing. So I promise you there's purpose behind it, and you will see it. And it's not going to last like 3 to 4 years, but I'm just saying that I see you looking back 3 to 4 years from now, and that's going to be where you get like the real bird's eye view of everything, and you're like, whoa, I see how that was serving me, and that was very positive for me. And then look at, we also have the manifest card. If you've been doubting yourself, if you've been doubting your ability to manifest, look at there. There's your confirmation. There's your proof. Okay, there it is. That is the that is the proof that it is manifesting. You have the ability to manifest it. It already exists. You need to draw it towards you by getting on that same energy, that same frequency. And that frequency is not doubt. So what I mean by that is letting go of the doubt. And right when you let go of the doubt, that's when you get on that same frequency. When you can start knowing and trusting, that puts you on the right frequency. All right, let's see. What else do we have for you? My group 2s, we have divination. I feel like some of you have been really into divination, really into asking oracle cards, asking tarot cards about, you know, you're seeking validation for whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, right? And that's totally okay. But one of your messages here as well is, again, all of that faith can only ever be found within. And once you create that faith, that's literally when you're going to manifest the thing. Because when you lack the faith, the emotion, the frequency, the energy that you're putting out into the world, again, is that of doubt, which is only ever going to, the universe reflects back to you exactly what you vibrate out, exactly the frequency that you give. So if you're giving the frequency of doubt, of fear, of seeking validation, the universe is only ever going to amplify that energy. And if you look back on your life, you'll notice that that's exactly what's been happening. So you need to get onto the energy of fully knowing and trusting. And right when you do, I promise you, that's going to be when it shows up into your life. I cannot tell you how many times I've experienced this myself, a wild amount of times, to the point where I know that this is absolute, solid, wholehearted truth, okay? Once you get onto the frequency of fully knowing and trusting, and you believe in yourself so much, you know your worth, you're going there, you got that focus, and you're unstoppable, right? That is the moment it comes into your life. That is the moment it manifests, because you're getting on the right frequency, the right emotion, and all of that. So I love tarot because it can help us give these insights. It helps us see what's going on subconsciously for us. So divination is an amazing practice for that, because we can uncover all of that. It can help us, move forward a lot faster, because we learn so much through doing it. But then, we can't get stuck in the loop of it, okay? So going into our last cards, let's try to get one or two last cards on this reading for you, all about a message that was meant to find you right now. Let's see. Okay, so we also have the what does that say? Nautilus shell. Okay, so anyway, pay attention to divine signs and synchronicities. They've already been happening. The universe is like, pay attention to them. We've been giving them to you, but have that internal trust to support you. And then we also have waterfall. A new path is being forged for you. Will you follow it? You have to trust enough to follow it. And then we also have healing waters of Mintaka. I call in Mintaka's sacred waters to grant me divine clarity. Clarity. Ask for clarity and it will come. We also have dolphin. I fight for what I believe in and will fight for those that cannot fight for themselves. I fight for what I believe in. So if you want something, it's time to dedicate to it. Become unstoppable again is the message that I hear there. Vortex, calling back your power, your higher self is bringing in all you need to support you. Call back your power. If certain situations from the past have taken away your power or taken away your belief in yourself, call that back. Call your power back. Start to have that unwavering faith in yourself. Don't let situations from the past, don't let other people ever take your power away from you. It is time to call that back. We also have Sea of Glass, embracing the beauty of stillness and inner peace. And then we also have Golden Age of Aquarius, embracing your inner light to show others the way. Wow. This is going to be something that eventually you become so knowledgeable in that I feel like you're going to be guiding other people through this. You're going to have people one day come to you and being like, how did you do it? How did you overcome that obstacle? How did you overcome that self-doubt? How did you end up manifesting the thing? You're going to have so much wisdom by the end of it of like, oh, this is how you do it. And you're going to know so much. There's going to be so much clarity there for you. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people come to you afterwards asking you how you did it. So that is what we have here for you for today's reading, all about the message that was meant to find you and show up for you today. My group number 2s, thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love, and until next time, bye. Hello, my group number 3s, and welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and dive right into your message. Okay, group number 3, we have the Archer and the Healer. This message is gonna get deep, okay? So bear with me and be open to this message is the first thing that I just have to say here. So we have Archer, which is focus. Spirit is really wanting you to move forward. And I even feel like you, deep down inside, you want to move forward, but there's something here where we still have to heal it in order to move forward. There's maybe been something that's weighing on you, or an issue that you feel like has been holding you back, or something that has hurt your heart in some way, or something that has been bothering you. It could be something in your life that you don't like and you don't necessarily want it there, but yet at the same time, we either keep talking about it, or we keep triggering that wound in some way, or it keeps popping up in front of us, or we keep, maybe perpetuating a certain pattern in our life that continues to lead to disappointment, to sadness, and towards getting hurt. This could also be something that we are searching to heal from, something like this. But anyway, Spirit's message to cleanse this out of your life. What is the thing that's causing the issue, and how can we focus on moving past it? How can we focus on healing it? How can we focus on grieving so that we can grow and heal out of it, and it's no longer in our life. We have to let go of it. And what I mean by let go of it, for example, if this is like a person that we have a pattern with, and maybe they continue hurting us, maybe it's time to move past it, to take the matters into our own hands. So Spirit's message, whatever this issue is, take this thing into your own hands, and how can you solve this so that it's no longer a repeating cycle? You're no longer putting yourself into this vulnerable position where this thing keeps coming up in your life and taking control over your emotions, your feelings, and your happiness. Because whatever this is has been weighing on you. It has not been good for you. But at the same time, Spirit's message is like, okay, well, you keep standing in it. If you keep standing in the shit, we're gonna swear here. If you keep standing in the shit, it's gonna continue to smell bad, and it's gonna continue to be a shitty experience. So we need to get out of it. We need to focus and align, pivot. Surrender to the fact that you cannot all of a sudden turn shit into roses. And instead of forcing it, instead of trying to do that, we instead just need to surrender to the fact that, okay, I don't have control over the situation, but I have control over my actions, what I choose to do, and where I choose to put myself, and where I choose to focus myself. Spirit is saying it's time for you to align to something else, something that actually resonates with you, something that actually is going to make you happy. And you need to trust that there is something out there that does have the ability to make you happy. But it's important to grieve. It's important to heal. I know I'm coming across like really like, in your face right now, but I do have compassion for this as well. I want you to know that, because whenever we go through stuff like this, like, yes, my heart is with you. I feel you. Oh my gosh. So it is okay. But Spirit is definitely giving you that message that it's time to cleanse, grieve, grow, heal, so that you no longer put yourself in this cycle. It's time to exit the cycle. So whatever this is, do we need to let somebody go? Do we need to let go of a toxic habit or pattern? Do we need to start putting up some boundaries for ourselves so that we don't end up in these ish cycles? It's time to surrender, pivot, and align to your highest path. Spirit is saying that it is time for you to do this. And I feel like you've been feeling that deep down inside, but sometimes we have to accept the situation for what it is, and surrender to the fact that maybe we can't change it. And maybe it's time for us to just change ourselves, and change our situation by choosing something different, choosing to let go, even though it's hard. Look at this, Archer. Set your sights on something new. What is something that would bring you ultimate happiness? And maybe it's too soon to like think about that quite yet. Maybe we need to grieve first before we start, seeing what's better out there and what the other possibilities and things like that. So sometimes we need to grieve first, and that is part of the process right now for you. You chose the Super 7 crystal, which is a type of amethyst, which amethyst is good for breaking habits, patterns, and addictions. So maybe there's something that you're addicted to being in, being addicted to the drama, being addicted to the cycle, being addicted to the validation, being addicted to the positivity that you might get from this, but it's temporary positivity. It's not permanent. And what you deserve is permanent positivity. You deserve that. First, we need to let go. We need to heal. We need to grieve about it. And then we need to call our power back. Call your power back from the situation, because you deserve to heal. You deserve to be better. This does not need to be a wound forever. And if this is talking about a health thing, this does not need to be permanent. Spirit is saying, call your power back. Focus on finding the solution. Focus on calling your power back to the point where you're like, you know what? I'm no longer sleeping on this. I'm no longer going to let this have power over me. I am going to find a way to overcome all of this. I'm going to find a way, and I'm no longer going to be victim to this situation. That is your message. Cut and clear here. I am no longer going to be victim to this situation. That is your line. That is the clearest, most concise message from Spirit right now. And I'm going to say it one more time because it is so powerful, and this is the energy that Spirit is saying you need to focus on, is I am no longer victim to this situation. no longer. I'm calling my power back. I can make the change. I can make the decision. I am a powerful being, and I'm going to shift my reality. I'm going to pivot and align myself to a higher timeline, to a higher direction. We have also the Four of Swords right here. So you've been contemplating a lot. You've been sitting on this, maybe contemplating. I feel like you've already been thinking about it. And now is your time to really take your time to remove yourself from the situation, to maybe review it in your mind and to heal. Spirit is saying you're allowed to take your time. You don't need to rush right now into this whole pivot stage. However, that is going to come after we are done our grieving and healing stage. That's absolutely important, and you should honor that. That is amazing to go through that healing and all of that. But that is not a permanent stage. It's not meant to be permanent, and it's also not meant to be a super long time. There comes a time where we have to let go and call our power back and say, all right, I got this. Let me move on to the highest timeline for myself. So Spirit is definitely saying to take that time out, but Four of Swords is also not a long time. It's like a 4-week max, 4 days to 4 weeks. That's this grieving period. This is not months. This is not years. It's not meant to be. 4 days to 4 weeks. That's what the swords represent. So let's see what else we have. We also have the Page of Swords being reversed. So many sword cards, okay? So this is a lot of mental processing. There's a lot of mental processing going on. And perhaps there's been some things that have been triggering us. Page of Swords being reversed is sometimes when we get triggered by the situation. You do not need to carry that trigger around with you for the rest of your life. You don't need to. And a lot of the times shadow work, oh my goodness, if you have not heard of shadow work before, this is how you heal from certain things that are triggering to you, certain things that make you feel like you're a victim to your reality or your situation. I also have a video on shadow work. I have 2 videos on it actually. The most recent one has this free PDF that you can download all about how to go through shadow work and the different introspective questions that you can ask yourself in order to release triggers, to heal and really get to the root of an issue. Oh my goodness, is it so transformative. I will try to remember to link down the free PDF link down below, but if not, go on my channel and search up shadow work. And the most recent one that I created, that's gonna be where you can find all of that stuff. So anyway, that is how you heal triggers, and Spirit is really encouraging the introspection to heal these triggers because it's going to empower you so much, and it's going to help you let go and also to discontinue patterns. It's going to be so helpful. It's also going to heal your mindset and all of the maybe overthinking that's maybe going on and all of that. So it's going to really help with those situations here. Let's see what else we get. We got a lot of, ooh, oh my goodness, 10 of Swords coming up. The 10 of Swords indicates the ending of something that has been hurting us. Look at the swords in this person's back. This is difficult. Whatever it is that you've been going through, it has been hard. It's been difficult. It's maybe been a hard thing to process and to go through. And oh my goodness, you have my heart here with that. But the 10s are the ending. It's the conclusion. You will not have to go through this anymore. But it also does indicate the ending of something. It's the ending of a period, ending of a cycle, ending of a pattern. And it is the conclusion. But it's also where we are able to heal, but it's also where we have to surrender to allowing ourselves to feel the pain and not repress it. So that's a big thing coming up as well. Feel the pain, and do not repress it, because that's part of the grieving, growing, and healing process. It's part of the cleansing process, is to feel it. And that's going to be really important in helping you actually close out the cycle, because the more often that we deny our feelings, it becomes really easy to continue patterns because we're not allowing ourselves to actually feel the weight of the pain, because we keep repressing it or pushing it away. And when we do that, again, we don't feel the weight of our pain, so it's really easy for us to then forgive or continue the pattern or continue the cycle. And even if you have people that try to sugarcoat the pain for you or try to take it away or just try to make you feel better instead of allowing you time to process it, that again kind of puts us back in that cycle because we're not fully feeling the pain. Therefore, it's much easier for us to forgive, much easier for us to re-enter that cycle. We have to feel the pain. We have to think about, okay, how is this actually, you know, what is the situation truly? Let me see it with clear eyes. Let me look at this situation fully. Let me think about it. Let me realize how much this actually hurts and how much I don't want this anymore and how much I actually do want to shift my life and change my life because I don't want this pattern anymore. I don't want this thing continuing. So let me do something about it. And the archer is taking action, moving forward, setting your sights forward. How can we move out of this? How can we move forward? How can we let go? How can we exit that cycle and get onto a new timeline? And then we also have the Queen of Wands being reversed. This has been something that has been draining your power. You almost feel, I want to say, like powerless to the situation a little bit, but you're not. That's the key thing here. You're not. You have the power. This is your empowerment card right here. You are the healer. You are the archer. It's time to go into a new direction. You have all of that within you. Don't allow this situation to make you feel less than. Don't allow it to take your power away. You do not deserve that, okay? Ace of Cups being reversed as well can indicate the ending of a relationship. So that could be involved here. Or, okay, so this might be talking about a person, right? But if not, if this is talking about something more personal or some other situation, this can also be taking time away from somebody. But it can also indicate when we feel very drained from the situation. Maybe we're feeling very drained, or maybe we're also losing a little bit of hope for a new beginning. We're losing hope for something better. Spirit is saying, no. No. Do not lose hope, because like, look at the beauty of this card, okay? This is what you deserve. You deserve to be overflowing with love. This can also be when we're repressing tears, by the way. Allow yourself to release the tears, the emotions. Allow yourself to feel fully. There's gifts coming for you when you let yourself feel fully, when you let yourself process fully. The dove is a symbol of your spirit guide coming through, and even the universe coming through and bringing you hope, bringing you a gift. But it's only going to come when we fill up our cup. We realize that we are so worthy of the thing that we love. We're so worthy of it. You deserve that. It exists for you. So let's not fall into hopelessness. Let's not fall into being drained or repressing our emotions or doubting things. Let's move into this, which is compassion. Like, even you can even read the freaking words on this card: love, new relationship, compassion, creativity, new emotions, emotional awakening, deeper feelings, spirituality, intimacy. And this is all that intimacy with yourself, getting deep with yourself, allowing the flow, allowing the fulfillment, the overabundance, the gifts from the universe to come in. And there is a gift waiting for you, but it's going to require emotional processing. This over here, repressed emotion, okay? Emptiness and all of that. You deserve to feel good. Your message is to focus on feeling good. Let's get out of the pattern of being stuck in a cycle with something that keeps letting us down. You do not deserve that, okay? Stop thinking that you deserve that. Stop thinking that that's the best that you're gonna get. Stop thinking you can fix it, because you can't fix somebody else. You can't fix something that's outside of your control, but you can focus on a solution by moving out of the problem, by calling your power back. Okay? Don't give up hope. That is your biggest message. Your solution exists, but it exists when you start focusing on getting out of the problem rather than wallowing in it, right? So hopefully that's making sense. Knight of Pentacles showing up here. Okay. There is solid, like there is something so solid, a gift that is so solid for you on the other side of this. Knight of Pentacles is also when we start trusting in the universe and we slowly move. We're not trying to rush things or anything like that, but we slowly move in a better direction every day. And I see you becoming very solid, very self-reliant. I see you finding your solution, and I also see you up-leveling your worth. Knight of Pentacles, up-leveling your worth, focusing on the details of what is it that I truly want, because the thing that I was stuck in was definitely not what I wanted. You deserve so much more. Knight of Pentacles, up level your worth. Then we also have Temperance, getting rid of things that don't mix with you. And stop mixing your energy. Ooh, there's a message here. Stop blending and mixing your energy with something that you do not deserve, something that's not even, it's not even on the same vibe as you. Let's say that you really want a loving relationship, but you keep mixing your energy with somebody who's not ready for commitment, who's not ready for that. That's not a mix, that's not a match, right? Temperance is when we're mixing energies. And you should be able to mix your energy with somebody who's on the same level, the same vibe as you, the same level of respect, commitment, desire, love, the same values, the same path, all of that. And Spirit is saying that that exists for you. If this is some other issue that's going on, Temperance is a card of healing. It's a card of alchemizing old issues. It is a card of being able to control yourself, to make decisions and not feel like you are deciding things on a whim and just being like, oh, let me do that because it feels good in the moment. Temperance is like, no, I'm patient and I'm going to wait here for the best possible thing, the thing that's in alignment with me. And she knows when something's in alignment with her and when something's not. And she knows her worth to be able to say no to things that are not in alignment. And she detaches from things that are not in alignment. And this is also when we find our inner peace, our inner balance. So let's dive into some more cards all about this message that is meant to find you right now. My group number 3s. Let's see what else we can get for you. We also have boundaries. Wow, I'm not surprised that this one's coming up for you. This one makes so much sense. Boundaries. That is going to be one of your biggest helpful tools moving forward. Boundaries, where we no longer let people into our lives who do not resonate with our highest good, our highest timeline, when they don't respect us. We need to have boundaries, not walls though. There's a difference between having boundaries and having walls. Having walls is when we're so scared of getting hurt again that we put all these different walls up that we cannot open up. All of a sudden a new person comes along and we almost expect them to act like the previous people. So we have all these walls and we can't be vulnerable and we can't let down and we can't open up. No, because then you close off your ability to manifest what it is that you desire in your life, because now we're closed off. We're so fearful. We're so closed off. Boundaries are instead when we're trusting, we're open. But if somebody ever crosses a boundary, first off, we're also open to telling them our boundaries and being like, this is what I expect. This is what I desire. If you're not on that vibe, I trust that you're going to be honest with me and let me know so that I can, we can go our separate ways. So first off, having boundaries is when we're clear about that and we have the confidence to actually vocalize and make our boundaries clear and known. And then it's also when somebody, crosses that boundary, we can then be like, okay, no, we're not a match. That's not a boundary that can be crossed with me, and then, sometimes people make mistakes and then we can forgive. However, if it is a mistake that continues again and again, absolutely, we cut that person off because they are clearly not respecting it and they're clearly not learning and they clearly are not in alignment. So we cut it off. That's having boundaries. But it's not allowing something to make you all of a sudden this walled up, closed off type of person. Okay, so there's a difference between walls and boundaries. And then we also have play. You deserve to have fun. You deserve to let loose, to not be fearful of people or your life moving forward, to not be fearful. You deserve to have fun and play, and you deserve to enjoy the experiences that you desire, right? And not feel closed off and not feel so hurt all the time. When you're hurt all the time, are you having fun? Do you feel playful? Do you feel like, no? So your message is to also have fun, have play with your life. What are the things that you enjoy doing? What are the things that put a smile on your face? Because Spirit is saying right now, go and do those things. You deserve to live a life that is fun, that is fulfilling, that is balanced, full of peace, tranquility, where your mind isn't freaking in a storm all the time, worried about what's going to happen next. You don't deserve to live like that. It doesn't feel safe. You don't feel safe to be yourself in those situations. You don't feel safe to be you. And you don't feel safe to truly open up and get deep. You don't. Because anyway, you deserve to have fun to the point where it's like, yeah, I have the respect. These boundaries are being respected. I am balanced, I have peace, I have tranquility to be myself, to open up, to allow love to completely flow, knowing that the people around me are fully going to accept that, fully see that for who I am, and also be able to reciprocate that so that we can both appear and come with full cups and just enhance each other's full cup rather than draining each other, worrying each other, being scared all the time. No, oh my goodness, that is not a way to live. So those are your cards right there. Let's go ahead and dive into some more cards for you and some more information all about Spirit's message for you, devotion. You deserve devotion, being devoted to what it is that you desire. And also Spirit is saying, your dreams and desires, be so devoted to them that you're not settling for things that are not in alignment with that. And you also deserve, okay, if we're talking about relationships here, you deserve somebody who's fully devoted to you. You deserve that rather than a half in, half out type of situation. So that's coming up there. Let's go ahead and see what else we get here. Okay. We also have assurance. You deserve to feel fully assured, fully trusting, to be yourself, to be accepted. The assurance to also feel happy and feel like you can be open and vulnerable, so where you feel healed, right? Let's see, what else do we get for you? My group threes. We have 2 more cards that just flew out here, or 3 actually. So we have Death and Magic. This is such a powerful card. The death cards always symbolize a transformation, the death of something, letting go of something, the shedding of your old skin of who you used to be, the shedding of something from your life that no longer is serving you. It's no longer needing to be there. So it's when we shed something. And then the magic is, of course, the magic of what then gets to be birthed new. Every time you shed skin and let something go, a new you gets to be born, and that's a very magical experience. You get to decide exactly who that is, who they're going to be, and this is like a revamp of who you are. And I feel like there's magic coming in your life, miracles coming in your life. You also need to trust in that magic and also trust the letting go phase so that you can welcome in the magic. Anytime that we let something go and we step into the unknown, and when we burst something new, there is magic there because something new is coming in that we've never even experienced before. And that is the magic. Something new. It's like a gift that we're welcoming in. Okay. Next card that we have here, we also have co-creation. You are always co-creating your reality with the universe. You are creating it. And you are not victim to this situation. You get to decide to step out. You get to decide to step away. You get to decide to call your power back and focus on the solution and then co-create exactly that. Okay, then we also have illusion. Sometimes we can get stuck in illusions of, oh no, I can fix this. I get to shift this. But let's say that, you're trying to change another person. If they don't actually put in the work, if they don't actually change, if they've shown us time and time again that they are not, on the same vibe as us, they're not going in the same direction, there comes a time where we need to step outside of that illusion and see it for what it really is. See the truth in the situation. There's a situation going on in your life right now where Spirit is calling you to look at the truth of it. And I know I'm talking a lot about these relationship examples because it's the first thing on the top of my head, but this could be showing up in your life in multiple ways. We could be lying to ourselves like, no, I'm happy in this career when we're really not. Or we could be lying to ourselves like, oh, I've tried every solution for this health issue. There's nothing else out there. Maybe we've tried every solution that we know of so far, but maybe there's things that we haven't tried yet. Maybe there's different things that we have not come across yet. So we need to step outside of the illusion of it and continue our sights ahead to be able to look beyond and realize that there's more to uncover. And we need to shed our old limiting beliefs. We need to shed the old. We need to shed the things that are no longer serving us, the things that are not what we desire. We need to have the confidence to shed that and then to welcome in the magic of the next phase. So let's go ahead and dive into some more cards here. Any last information for my group threes, all about the message that you need to hear. Okay. So we also have Mother of the Nile. You are in your divine feminine power. Embrace it. This is time to call back your divine feminine power. Listen to your intuition and call back that divine feminine power of knowing exactly what it is that you deserve. And if somebody's not meeting that, or if something in your life is not meeting that, this is your time to make a new decision, to move in a new direction. All of these cards are talking about taking back your power, letting go of being the victim to whatever situation is currently playing out in your life right now. You deserve to have this devotion, this assurance, this playful life, this trust in yourself, in the universe, to have a beautiful, fulfilling, peaceful, tranquil existence that you love, that you feel is fun and exciting. That is your message, my group number 3s. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it made sense for you and helped open up some ideas, some insight into what it is that you are going through in life right now. I am sending you so much love. Thank you so much for joining me here today. And until next time, bye. All right, my group number 4s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, group 4, your message from Spirit. We have Illuminary, Activate, Brighten, Impact, Determine. Then we also have Sage, Advise, Acquire, Invest, and Accumulate. So your message from Spirit right now, something that you're meant to hear, continue investing in yourself, continue investing in your goal and in your vision, continue moving forward. This is a time to be determined. Use your determination. Continue taking action towards your goal. Be that light, the luminary. Spirit is saying that your vision, your goal, it's like the sunrise right now. Maybe there's a little bit of it coming up on the horizon so far. Maybe we're just like, okay, like I can see a little bit of this vision. I can see a little bit of this goal. It is going to develop so much more. And this goal can grow so much more. But Spirit's big message right now, do not give up on this goal. Don't give up on this vision. Continue investing your time, your energy into this goal. Continue learning along this path, growing and developing, because this can grow to something that is really abundant. This card right here, this talks about money growth. This also is like when we feel very abundant, very wealthy, very prosperous, and a vision of ours is coming to light. We are realizing a vision. It is manifesting into our life. I apologize, my voice is like raspy this morning. But that is this message. Do not give up, because something that you've been hoping for, something that you've been dreaming of is currently manifesting. As long as you do not give up, you stay determined, you stay focused. And if you needed confirmation that your actions are leading you in the correct direction, if you needed confirmation that you have the capabilities of manifesting the money, the career, the wealth, the abundance that you've been wanting, you know, this could be even about love for some of you if you've been wanting to manifest love in your life. But for most of you watching this, I am feeling like this is mostly talking about like money, career, a big goal that you have in life that you want to reach. This could also be investing into like a house of your dreams, investing into opening the business of your dreams, something along the lines of this. It's like more of a material type of career, money, investing type of thing that I'm getting, like for 90% of you. So yeah, again, 10% of you, this could be about like manifesting love, something like this. But again, yeah, for most of you, I'm definitely feeling more of a money, attaining an object, business, career, goal type of thing. So that is what we have here. Spirit is saying don't give up, because yeah, I'm definitely seeing the potential for you. And I don't say this often in my readings, okay? I don't think I've ever said this before in a reading. But a message that's coming through from Spirit is that you have the ability to turn this vision or goal into something of like extreme success. And by extreme success, I'm talking about like going and making more money than you've probably ever thought for yourself in your life. Or when it comes to like manifesting the home of your dreams and like reaching a particular goal, I really think it's going to be like better than you imagined. And Spirit is definitely saying don't give up. Even if you run into different obstacles or other things along the road, it is only ever working in your favor to redirect you to the thing that is most meant for you. And I really want to make that clear. So for example, like when I was manifesting like one of my dream homes before that I've lived in, I remember I got rejected on the first home that I thought it was. And I was like, oh my God, if I could get this would be like such a dream. And I got rejected for that. And I was like, wait, what? Why? And later on I found out is because there was something better, like way better, and to the point where I was like, whoa, I would have never even like slightly even considered that to be my home, but it ended up working out. And I can see exactly why Spirit redirected the energy on that one. So if anything ever fails for you along the way, if there's ever any redirection, I do want to point out that it's usually because, or 100% of the time, it is because something more in alignment, that's better, that's more your vibe is meant for you. So again, I just wanted to point that out. We do also have Wheel of Fortune. We also have 8 of Wands being reversed. So Wheel of Fortune is when a lot of our action has been pushing forward and accumulating in a particular direction. And if you've been noticing resistance or if you've been, noticing setbacks before, the Wheel of Fortune indicates the turning wheel. There is a time where things are going downwards, and then there's a time where things are going upwards. When this card is upright, it talks about all the different things, all the different actions, all those different failures that we've had along the way. It is going to start making sense exactly why those happened, because now you're about to go on this upward turn of the wheel, where all of a sudden you start accumulating the success, the abundance. The sun starts rising again rather than setting. You think about a wheel, it's like our earth. The sun sets for a while and then the sun comes back up, but it always comes back up. If you have been noticing anything in your life that's been holding you back, there is a message here that wheel is turning. The Wheel of Fortune is upright, meaning that you are calling in the energy that's about to start going upwards, but you need to continue being determined, moving forward, taking action, investing your time and energy into this goal, into this vision, and not giving up on it. 8 of Wands being reversed. Do not give up on it. Even when maybe there's certain things right now too that are unclear. Maybe we're like, I don't know exactly which action to take. This vision hasn't fully come to my head yet. I'm still sort of figuring out the details. That's okay, because again, on the Wheel of Fortune, when the sun starts rising, things are still a little bit unclear. We can't see a whole lot quite yet. We can't even see the whole sun yet because it's still rising. You're on the rising. Things are going to start getting clearer and clearer and clearer as that sun continues to rise, as you continue to be determined and take action. But you cannot just sit there and wait, because like the sun in this example, yes, the sun rises on its own, whether we're looking at it or not. But for you, the message is continue to be determined and take action, because that's going to be what keeps this wheel turning and allows that bigger picture to start developing. But you need to take action and not give up on it and not just sit around and wait. Sitting around and waiting sometimes, yes, sometimes we get our best ideas when we're like relaxed and like just chilling. Sometimes we get our best ideas during that time. So we need to have a balance. I do want to make that clear. Have a balance. Don't just like feel like you need to rush and burn out. I'm not saying that. I'm saying take action within balance. Yes, relax, have fun along the way, but also continue to take action. Don't just like give up and all of that. That's the message. Okay, continuing on. My group 4s, let's see what else we can get here. I also want to say you chose the Aqua Aura Quartz, which is actually quartz plated with gold. I know you would probably never guess, but it's really weird when you plate quartz with gold, it turns blue, and then it resonates with the throat chakra and also the crown chakra because of the gold. But this is your luminescence. It's time to activate your voice. That's Aqua Aura Quartz. Maybe there's something where we need to open up our voice more. We need to speak more. We need to gain more clarity by communicating clearer what we desire, what we want. Getting better at our communication skills in some way is going to help you along this path. We also have Ace of Swords being reversed. So yeah, the vision might not be fully clear yet, but it is developing. Ace of Swords also being reversed. Sometimes we have a tendency to overthink, maybe even have a tendency to doubt, or maybe our brain is like, nope, just give up on it. It can't happen anyway, or whatever. or we're getting distracted sometimes too. We're allowing ourselves to get really distracted away or cloud our mind with doubts. No, allow yourself to clear that, because here's your clarity right here. As long as you continue to take steps, action, and invest your time and energy into it, you will continue cranking that wheel and the sun will continue rising. So, yes, you are on this phase where things are about to change for you, especially if you have been going through more of that resistance, hardship, things kept backfiring on you. That was because the wheel was turning and we were going on that learning. Whenever the wheel goes on that downwards turn, and we're on that side of the wheel, those are the learning stages. We are learning. It can sometimes feel like we're going backwards, but we're actually not. We're still going forward. The wheel is still turning forwards, right? But there is that ebb and flow of inwards and outwards. You are on that inward and downward sort of turn where we're doing a lot of learning and growth. Anyway, we're going into a whole bunch of interesting metaphysical philosophy now. But so King of Wands next. You are stepping up into a leader position. The wands are also the radiance, the illumination. You can even see the sun behind him in this card, just like our luminary card. This is your time of radiance, becoming a leader. This is also when we step up into our power a lot more and we're just like, okay, here I am. This is where I'm going. This is what I'm doing. And the King of Wands, he does not lose hope. He fully trusts that he's going to manifest exactly what he wants. He's also spontaneous. He's so creative. He allows his creativity to shine. That's part of your message. Be creative and have fun along the way. Oh my gosh. King of Wands has fun along his journey. He does not sit there getting critical or being, a super serious businessman. He is a very serious businessman, but he also has fun with it. He's the fun, goofy, silly, creative, spontaneous, but serious businessman. And this is talking about your energy. Your energy is moving towards this. And this is the energy of your success and gaining the success, gaining the recognition that you need, and all of that. So it's a very success-driven type of card. Let's try to get one more tarot card before moving into more of our oracle for you. Oh, we got two more. Okay, let's go with it. We have Emperor being reversed and Empress upright. Okay, so this is the waiting for the birth of something. And that feminine energy is the nurturing. This is a time to be in that nurturing energy. Allow it to nurture, allow it to grow. And then that's going to be where you end up becoming more of the leader of this situation, standing on top of your throne, being able to show like, hey, I'm so proud of this thing. I'm so proud of what I've created. And the Empress also promises that type of abundance. The Empress is such an abundant card. So nurturing it, allowing it to grow, trusting in it, trusting in the process of your creation. That is a huge message for you right now. Trusting in the process of your creation and remembering also to take action, but trusting in the process of that creation. So let's dive into some oracle cards here for you. Let's see my group fours. What else do we have for your message? Sacred sexuality. This is using your creativity properly and not, overdoing it to where you get drained, but allowing that ebb and flow with your creativity. That's going to allow your creativity to be at its peak. And if you're looking for creative inspiration, remember to take that ebb and flow. So allow yourself to relax, to have fun. And when you allow that, that's kind of like, oh my God, the words that Spirit is saying right now is kind of funny, but it's sort of like I don't know if I want to, it's like the foreplay of creativity. So when you allow yourself to have fun to where you are smiling, you're laughing, that sets you up to be more creative. That allows the creative juices to flow, our ideas to flow. That's where we're able to have fun with life. And that's where we get some of our greatest ideas that can lead to our greatest epiphanies that lead us to the accomplishment of our desire. Some of you, I'm also randomly getting a side message that maybe you're thinking about starting a family or having a kid or something like this, because sometimes the cards that are showing up can indicate that. So if that is in your realm of desire, I'm definitely seeing like that is in your future. And Spirit's message is like, yes, enjoy, and continue to move towards that. So that could be a message for some of you about that. That is coming for you. That is in your future, if that resonates with you. Again, if you're not in that phase of your life and that's not relevant for you at all, again, that message is only for some people. These general readings, there's sometimes little messages that come through just for like small groups of people. And so I like to include those for those that are listening. But yeah, again, that's not a message for everyone, but if you know, you know, if you know, you'll know whether or not that's meant for you. So we also have Reflect as another card that's coming through. I see this as you going through a personal transformation and being able to reflect on, okay, where's my mindset been? Have I been believing in myself? Or, what can I shift? I feel like you're going through an internal transformation to become more nurturing, more positive, to kind of like brighten more of your future, to really believe in yourself, to really put more time and effort into that. I'm also hearing a message from Spirit that if you want to fully up-level your life, if you want to get to that particular goal, who is the person that you need to become in order to get there? Are your current actions reflective of that goal? Are your current actions, are you putting in the actions and the work of the type of person who has this goal? If not, I feel like you are going through a transformation to sort of become more of that. So kind of like an example would be like if you want to start a YouTube channel and be a YouTuber, okay, are you creating videos? Are you trying to put out your absolute best in order to become that successful YouTuber? Are you putting in your total best? Are you putting in your best effort? If not, let's reflect and be like, okay, how can I become outstanding? How can I take outstanding action that I know is the type of action that leads me to this particular goal? So Spirit is definitely saying to reflect on that and sort of contemplate, what does that look like? How do I need to change? How do I need to change my actions, my identity in order to fit that, in order to get to that goal so that it's in alignment? Okay, let's see. What else do we have for you? Ooh, I feel like that card wants to come out. Get curious, start exploring, allow the creativity to shine. Don't feel like you need to be a cookie cutter version of somebody else. Don't feel like you need to, continue doing the same action until it finally hits. Get curious, get creative, allow the creative juices to flow. Let's see it. Also, don't think that you have to only be on one path to get to your goal. If something's causing resistance, get curious. There's multiple paths that lead there, and your path is going to be unique to you. Get curious, allow yourself to explore the different options, the different paths, because then you're going to find more and more about your niche. I really feel like that card wants to come out. Then we have miracles coming out for you, and this card really wants to come out. Communication. Wow. And we were talking about communication because of the Aqua Aura Quartz that we have. Aqua Aura Quartz is, again, it opens up our throat chakra. It allows clearer communication and clearer insight as well. Miracles is when obviously blessings come into our life, and that is something that I'm absolutely feeling for you. I really feel like you have such great potential with this goal, and that miracles are going to start happening with this Wheel of Fortune. This is all of a sudden good fortune coming into your life. You are attracting good fortune right now. Okay, open up your throat chakra. Maybe part of this goal is going to require you to be very clear, very open, very honest, to communicate clearly, to allow your unique personality to shine, because these rainbows also talk about your uniqueness and allowing it to be expressed. Allowing your unique personality to be expressed rather than, again, feeling like we need to repress that to be a cookie cutter version of maybe what we think people expect from us or other things like that. So what is your uniqueness? What do you exactly want? Okay, we also have the future. Thinking about your future, what is it that you want to create? Who do you want to be? What is authentic to you? Communication, authenticity, it's finding your authenticity. And then the future, what is authentic to you? What is the future you truly want to create? Reflect on that and continue building it, putting that time and energy and effort into it so it can fully thrive and come to life. All right, let's go ahead and see any last information for you, my group 4s, on this topic for you on this reading. Okay, we also have healing waters of Mintaka. I call in Mintaka's sacred waters to grant me divine clarity. You can ask Spirit for more clarity and it will come. And if you need more clarity on your vision, on your goal, or the action that you need to take or whatever in this process, sit down right now, wherever you are, and ask Spirit, ask your spirit guides, hey, can you please bring me more clarity on the action I need to take, or more clarity on this vision, in the next 3 days, or whatever number that you want that clarity within. But allow Spirit some time. Like, don't ask for it like, you need to give me clarity in the next hour. Sometimes Spirit needs a little bit of time to kind of work its magic to create the scenarios in order to bring you that clarity, and then be open. Sometimes Spirit speaks in really subtle ways. Be open to what might happen. Be open to what might be shifting in your life then on after, because Spirit will bring you exactly the type of clarity that you need. So be open to it, but ask it once, give Spirit a little bit of time. I would recommend like 3 days. So yeah, that's my recommendation, and then see what happens. Okay, and then our last card for you, we have reconciliation of self. You are in the vibration of self-acceptance, just as you truly are. Wow, this is time to accept who you are, your authenticity, allowing your authenticity to shine. What is it that you really want? You don't need to uphold other people's expectations. You don't need to be like everybody else. You don't need to people please. You don't need to want something just because somebody else wants it. You can be authentic. You can be real of your true self. You can allow your true self to shine. And that's also where you're going to find your most success. That's going to be where you're most happy, rather than building somebody else's dream, building somebody else's life, or, just being another version of somebody else. We don't need that. People want more uniqueness. And it's time for you to open up that authenticity, that authentic voice, because then you're going to be creating the life that you truly want, right? It's going to be authentic to you. So there's something here about opening up and being honest. That has come up multiple times in your reading. Open up, be honest, be authentic, because then you're going to be building the future that you desire. So that is what is coming through for you. My group number 4 is all about the message that Spirit wanted to bring to you today for your current situation, what you're currently going through. Thank you so much again for joining me here today. It looks like there's so much positivity in your future. Continue to believe in that. Take action. Do not give up on that, because it looks absolutely amazing and beautiful, of all the abundance and the activation, and just, yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. So the material success in your life, such as manifesting the house of your dreams, the business, the career, the success, the money, the wealth, all of that, Spirit is saying, is just so possible for you. But we need to be us. We need to open up our communication more. We need to allow that uniqueness to shine, to take action, to invest our time and energy into it, put our best foot forward. How can we become that version of ourselves, right? That can attain that. How do we step into that? What type of action do we need to take? And all of that. So that is your message. That was a lot of different things. I highly recommend going back and re-listening to that, maybe even taking notes and kind of reflecting on the different things that Spirit was bringing up in this reading. I would recommend that, because it seemed like there was a lot of different messages that were coming through for you to help kind of develop and build more of your future, and to attain those big goals that you have. So again, I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for joining me here today. And until next time, bye.